Hi everybody, this is Sophia, also known as Mama Sunfire. I am going to talk a little bit about what I'm doing here. Quickly, I have to get ready to go somewhere else, so I'm going to make this as quick as possible. So I'm going to wait until a few people get on before I get started. I hope whoever is here can hear me. Hi Alicia, can you hear me? Medicine Man, can you hear me? Can everyone hear me? Just let me know. It's hard to tell. Just let me know. Well, anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get started because I have to go quickly. So let me just start. What I'm doing today, thank you. Hey Gary. Yes, that's kind of sort of what I'm doing. Anyway, I'm making a mess of collard greens. So here, but can't see. Good. You don't. Well, you get ready to see it now. There. Okay. In my pot there is a is a mess of collard greens, or just a little bit of collard greens. I had some leftover collard greens. You see that? I normally de-stem my collard greens, but today I was in a hurry and I didn't, so I just cut up some of the stems and put it in here. But I sauteed them long enough where they're tender and the stems are tender too. And I'm showing you this because of I want whoever does the cooking, especially women, to know that you can get more for your money when you use your food in its totality. Okay, so having said that, here's some greens. Got some red pepper in it, real spicy. Most of us cut the leaves off the greens and focus more. What does that mean? Is it out of focus? Is it out of focus? Can anybody? Well, I don't know if you can see it, but hopefully you guys can see it. Okay, so your collard greens are, most of households cook collard greens. You guys know we do collard greens, cornbread, whatever else. And so the thing about collard greens, most people cook all of the nutrition out of the collard greens. They are limp and have no nutritional value. It's just something to eat. So, and then most of the times when we cook our collard greens, we de-stem them and we throw the stems away. No, that's a big no. Do not throw your stems away. Save your stems. And you see the stems too are edible. And I've used my slicer to slice them in small, thin slivers. Do not throw your collard green stems away. Okay? And make them as small as possible. The reason why I'm saying this, that way it won't take so long to cook them and you won't cook all the nutrition out of them. Make them slim, thin slices, and then you can saute them with garlic and some onions and whatever seasoning you want, and use your stems as part of your meal. So you can have your collard greens, you can have some little crispy steamed stems and whatever. Also, you can use your collard green stems in your smoothies. For those of us who are healthier eaters, a lot of times you use raw foods as part of your green smoothies or part of your nutrition. Well, you can use your stems as well as your green leaves in your smoothies. Now, there's a couple of ways to do that. Here, I'm just going to take a small portion of this and I'm going to add a little water and put it in my blender and puree it, and then put them in ice trays, put them in the freezer, and then there you go. You have your collard greens already ready. I put them in the freezer bag so that when I make my smoothies, I can throw the stems into the smoothie. The stems provide more of fiber, which we all need in our diets, and so it's great for digestion, as well as the leaves. The leaves are great for digestion as well. So I'm going to come back to this. What I want you to know about the collard greens. I'm gonna bring my pot back. Collard greens. Now, for many of you who cook all the life out of your collard greens, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay, good. For those of us who like to put fat back and all that kind of stuff, we are counterproductive for the reason of eating the collard greens. If that's the case, you're going to put all that to season it, you might as well not even eat it. Okay, so collard greens have vitamin K, A, C, vitamins B2, B1. It has vitamin B3, B6, B9. B9 is folate. B5 is pantothenic acid. And it also has vitamin E. I don't know if I said that. Now, right off the bat, if you cook all the life out of your food, you won't even have any of those nutritious vitamins in it to give your body what it needs in order to support itself. It also has minerals. The minerals are, what are the minerals? Manganese, magnesium, calcium, copper, iron, potassium, and phosphorus. Did I say copper? And copper. Copper is phenomenal for hair. With the gray hair, all y'all old asses with gray hair, you know why your hair is so gray? Because you don't get enough copper in your diet. And then it has proteins and omega-3s. So now keep in mind all of the nutrition that is in the collard green, and we cook the shit out of it on the stove, and all it is just mushy greens. And so there's no nutritional value. And collard greens are cruciferous plants. And a cruciferous plant is a plant like cabbage, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, bok choy, and something else, some other stuff. But a cruciferous plant is a cool weather plant. Most people who plant collards for the winter and greens for the winter. So it's for cool weather. It brings in the element of cool or into your body. And also one of the reasons why they call it a cruciferous plant is because on a collard green there's like it have flowers on it, and in the flowers there are four of them, and four of them, I'm gonna tell you, this is divine. The four leaves and the flowers on the four flowers on the collard green is called a cruciferous plant because it reminds whoever thought of it of the cross. Now that is powerful if you believe in the power of the cross. This is for my Christian audience, folks. But the power of the cross, the reason why this cruciferous plant is so powerful, why it's called a cross plant, is because it bears the burden of the body. That is phenomenal. That is a word right there. That's a nugget. It bears the burden of the body. So it heals the body, by your stripes you're healed, okay, by your stripes you're healed. So you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so now let me just give you some benefits of collard greens. Collard greens help with bone health. Collard greens are rich in iron, and it helps to build protein in your body. It helps your body to be able to absorb calcium, and you need that for your bones. And as you get older, you know how weak your bones become and brittle and frail. So vitamin K you need vitamin K. What else? It helps with certain kinds of cancers, especially cancer that develops in the colon and the digestive tract because of the fiber in it, and it helps keeps your colon clean and your digestive system clean. So it supports the body's ability to ward off certain kinds of cancers, cancer of the breast, kidneys, colon, and namely specifically because of the sulfur that's in collard greens. The sulfur, you guys, I don't know if anybody remembers growing up when your mother used to put that sulfurate, that stinky grease in your hair. Well, the sulfur is what helps the body to ward off cancer cells. And so you got to have that. And then with the magnesium that's in it and the other minerals that's in it, it helps with your liver and helps to helps to balance the body's ability to produce sugar, or the diabetes. Just let me get that out. Diabetes. It helps with helps the body to maintain healthy sugar levels. So especially with those with diabetes type 1. Type 2 is a little bit different, but people with diabetes who have oxidative stress diabetes, that collard greens help very well with that. And let's see, antioxidants in collard greens. And when I was telling you about the vitamins, the K, A, C, and all that other kind of stuff, it also has antioxidant. And one of the most supportive antioxidant is alpha lipoic acid, and alpha lipoic acid is significant in the body for glucose levels. So for those of you who have type 1 diabetes, you need to be eating some greens. It helps with problems with the eyes, especially for those who have diabetes and have neuropathy, and problems with their eyes and nerves, and so blah blah blah. So with all of the minerals and all of the vitamins in it, of course, if it's going to help you with your diabetes, and if it's going to have magnesium and iron and calcium, it's going to help your liver, and so in helping your liver is going to help you with hypertension. So I have problems with hypertension, and this is why I made a big old mess of collard greens for me, cooked and uncooked, to help the body detox. The liver needs to detox, and if your liver is detoxing correctly, it will help balance your blood pressure. And let's see, vitamin A. Vitamin A is phenomenal for skin and hair, which collard greens have a lot of it. If you have dry hair, if your hair is always damaged or breaking, chances are your minerals are off and your vitamin K is off. And so it helps with that. It also helps, vitamin A helps with your skin in that it helps to balance the sebum in your skin. So the outbreaks and the problems with the overproduction of sebum, with acne and all that kind of stuff, the vitamin A is what you need in order to help that. And you get that through your collard greens. And let's see, I'm trying to think of anything else. What else? Collard greens. Vitamin C. I said vitamin C. Vitamin C is antioxidant, has antioxidant qualities, and vitamin C, you guys have, helps you with your skin. It helps with your immune system. It helps you balance your reverse the aging process and balance your oxidation and your deterioration of your body. So you need vitamin C, and then with all of that stuff, with the minerals and everything that is in your collard greens, it helps you with your mood and your sleep. If you don't get the correct amount of sleep, you wake up, generally you wake up between the hours of 1 and 3. And if you're waking up between the hours of 1 and 3, your liver is having a hard time detoxifying. And so in that case, take your monkey butt back to bed, but drink some water and go back to bed. But the collard greens with the vitamins and the minerals in it, specifically magnesium, helps you with your mood and helps you to sleep. So if you're not eating healthy, you cannot sleep. You have a funky attitude, your skin's jacked up, your hair is messed up, your stomach is swollen because it's full of shit, excuse me, and you have all kinds of other stuff, and you have your diabetes, you have your hypertension, you have all kinds of stuff, and that's because you're not eating correctly. So having said all of that, one of the things that I really, really like about collard greens is that it helps with reduction of inflammation. So you need to be eating these as well as juicing collard greens. Now, to get back to what I was doing with the raw ones. Now, this is just the cooked collard greens, and they're lightly steamed. All of life is not cooked out of it. I cooked it very slowly. And I put minimal amount of seasoning in it, and I let it simmer for a little while. Now, back to the raw collard greens. Now, what you're going to do with the raw collard greens, not only are you going to save some of to juice and put in your smoothies, you save some of your collard greens here and you lay them out on a, I'll say, now don't laugh at these are my banana peels. Yes, I save my banana peels. You put them out on some sort of screen or a flat pan that and put them in the oven and let them dry. Or you can use a dehydrator. When you dehydrate them, then they can be pulverized into powder. You see that powder? I don't know if That's collard green powder in here. Then you can use them in your smoothies as well. So if you don't want to put all that stuff in your freezer, dry them and pulverize them into powder, and then you can make your own green supplement or your own green powder for your smoothies and stuff to help boost up your smoothies when you make them, so they won't be so sweet or have too much fruit in it. You'll have more green nutrition in it. So that's one way. Then also with the green powder, you can take this, mix it with bentonite clay, and make a green mask. What do you say? Yeah. You can mix the collard greens with bentonite clay and make and some milk or some yogurt and make a facial mask, and that will help you with your outbreaks. So that's one thing. Also, you can take the collard greens in this state and juice them and boil them down. Use the water with some glycerin, and I hate to use glycerin. Don't use glycerin on your skin. Let's squash that. Take the collard greens and just either juice them or boil them down and use the water as water that you drink, or put it in a spray bottle and spray it on your face to use as toner with a little witch hazel. So you could do all of that with just plain old collard greens. And so most of us thought that when you cook your collard greens, you throw the greens away, the stems away, and then you just eat the rest of it. No, you're wasting your money. And so, and then you can also compost these. Now, composting is wonderful for those who grow their own food. You can compost these. You can also save them and eat them. And so you get the maximum amount of nutrition, plus you get the benefits of your money in eating all of your foods and not throwing so much away. So, again, if you guys have any questions, I think that's about it because I got to go. But collard green stems, they're actually edible and they're actually pretty tasty. Now, I will say, when you put collard greens in your smoothies, they will take over the taste of your smoothie. So you're going to have to marry it with some pineapple or something like that to take, because they're very strong. Also, keep in mind that if you have hypothyroidism, y'all, if you have low thyroid function, you should not ever eat raw collard greens. And so many people think that eating raw foods is, oh, it's cool if I have these sicknesses and diseases. Yeah, but if you have thyroid problems, specifically hypo, then raw foods like raw cruciferous foods are not good for your thyroid. So to that end, I would cook my collard greens, but just don't kill them dead without nutrition in them. So that's about it. I gotta go. I'm not able to see what anybody is saying. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comments field, and I'll do my very best to answer them. Again, keep in mind, do not throw your collard green stems away. You can use them for skincare, for parts in your smoothies, and all that other kind of stuff. You guys be blessed. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.